Hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Dose of English. I'm Tom, your English coach, and I'm really excited about today's lesson. You know what? I was at a coffee shop yesterday, and I overheard someone trying to order in English. They knew all the grammar rules, they had a great vocabulary, but when the barista asked for here or to go, they just froze. Has this ever happened to you? Today we're going to fix that problem. We're going to learn 50 essential everyday phrases that native speakers actually use all the time. These aren't textbook phrases. These are the real expressions you'll hear on the street, in shops, at work, everywhere. And the best part, we're going to practice them together using shadowing. So by the end of this lesson, these phrases will feel natural in your mouth. So grab a cup of coffee, find a comfortable spot, and let's dive in. Remember, learning English isn't just about studying. It's about speaking. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. Main lesson. Part 1. Morning and daily routine. Phrases. Let's start with phrases you use every single morning. These are so common that native speakers say them without even thinking. But for English learners, knowing these phrases can make your morning so much smoother. First phrase. I'm running late. I'm running late. I'm running late. Now you repeat. This means you're behind schedule. Maybe you woke up late or traffic is bad. Native speakers use this all the time. You can also say, I'm running behind, which means the same thing. Next phrase. I'll grab some coffee on the way. I'll grab some coffee on the way. I'll grab some coffee on the way. Now you repeat. Grab here doesn't mean to take aggressively. In everyday English, grab just means to get something quickly. You can grab lunch, grab a taxi, grab your jacket. It's super common. Here's another morning phrase. I need to get going. I need to get going. I need to get going. Now you repeat. This is a polite way to say you need to leave. It's softer than saying I need to leave now. You might hear variations like I should get going or I better get going. Let's practice a longer one. Did you sleep well last night? Let's break this down first. Did you sleep well? Last night. Now the full sentence. Did you sleep well last night? Did you sleep well last night? Now you repeat. This is such a caring question. Native speakers often ask this in the morning to show they care about someone's well-being. The response might be, like a baby, which means you slept very well, or not really, I tossed and turned all night, which means you couldn't sleep well. Main lesson. Part 2. Making plans and arrangements. Now let's move on to phrases for making plans. These are essential because we make plans every day, meeting friends, scheduling work meetings, arranging dates. Let's learn how native speakers really do this. Are you free this weekend? Are you free this weekend? Are you free this weekend? Now you repeat. Free here means available, not busy. This is much more natural than asking, do you have time this weekend? Native speakers almost always use free in this context. Let's play it by ear. Let's play it by ear. Let's play it by ear. Now you repeat. Oh, this is a great idiom. It means we'll decide later. We won't make firm plans now. It comes from musicians who play music without reading sheets. They play by listening, by ear. So when we play it by ear, we're being flexible. Something came up. Something came up. Something came up. Now you repeat. This is what you say when you need to cancel plans. It means an unexpected situation happened. It's polite because you don't always need to explain exactly what happened. Here's a useful one. Rain check. Rain check. Rain check. Now you repeat. This is fascinating. A rain check originally was a ticket given when a baseball game was cancelled due to rain. You could come back another day. Now we use it to mean, can we do this another time? It's very casual and friendly. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Now you repeat. This means I agree or I want to do that. It's very casual, something you say to friends. You might also hear, I'm up for that, which means exactly the same thing. English is funny like that. Main lesson. Part 3. At work and professional settings. Even in professional settings, native speakers use lots of casual phrases. Knowing these will help you sound more natural at work and less like a textbook. Let's touch base later. Let's touch base later. Let's touch base later. Now you repeat. This means let's talk again later, or let's check in with each other later. It comes from baseball, touching base to be safe. In business, it means making contact to stay updated. I'll loop you in. I'll loop you in. I'll loop you in. Now you repeat. This means I'll include you, or I'll keep you informed. Imagine a circle or loop of people who all know the information. When someone loops you in, they're bringing you into that circle. Let's circle back on this. Let's circle back on this. Let's circle back on this. Now you repeat. Another circle metaphor. This means, let's return to this topic later. Maybe you don't have time now, or you need more information first. I'm swamped today. I'm swamped today. I'm swamped today. Now you repeat. Swamped means extremely busy, like you're drowning in work. It's more colourful than just saying I'm very busy. You might also hear I'm slammed or I'm buried in work. Here's a longer one. Can we push the meeting back an hour? Let's break it down. Can we push the meeting? Back an hour. Full sentence. Can we push the meeting back an hour? Can we push the meeting back an hour? Now you repeat. Push back means to delay or postpone. The opposite is move up. Can we move the meeting up? Means to have it earlier. Practice section, dialogue practice. Now let's put these phrases into real conversations. I'll say a dialogue, and you can practice being one of the speakers. Ready? Morning conversation at home. Person. Morning. Did you sleep well? Person B. Not really, I was tossing and turning all night. Let's practice person B's line. Not really, I was tossing and turning all night. Let me break this down. Not really. I was tossing and turning. All night. Full sentence. Not really, I was tossing and turning all night. Now you repeat. Person A. Oh no, want me to make you some coffee? Person B. Thanks, but I'll grab some on the way. I'm running late. Your turn with person B's response. Thanks, but I'll grab some on the way. I'm running late. Thanks, but I'll grab some on the way. I'm running late. Now you repeat. Making plans conversation person. Hey, are you free this weekend? Person B. Yeah, I'm down for hanging out. What did you have in mind? Practice this response. Yeah, I'm down for hanging out. What did you have in mind? Let's break it. Yeah, I'm down for hanging out. What did you have in mind? Full version. Yeah, I'm down for hanging out. What did you have in mind? Now you repeat. Person A. Maybe we could go hiking. Person B. Sounds good, but let's play it by ear. The weather might be bad. Your turn. Sounds good, but let's play it by ear. The weather might be bad. Sounds good, but let's play it by ear. The weather might be bad. Now you repeat. Main lesson. Part 4. Shopping and services. Let's learn phrases you'll use when shopping or getting services. These are the phrases that will make you sound like a local, not a tourist. Do you have this in a different size? Do you have this in a different size? Do you have this in a different size? Now you repeat. Simple but so useful. You can replace size with colour or style. Much more natural than is there another size of this? I'm just browsing, thanks. I'm just browsing, thanks. I'm just browsing, thanks. Now you repeat. This is what you say when a shop assistant asks, "Can I help you?" and you want to look around alone. Browsing means looking without planning to buy right now. Can I get a receipt? Can I get a receipt? Can I get a receipt? Now you repeat. Notice we say can I get, not can you give me. This is more natural in American English. In British English, you might hear, could I have a receipt, please? Is this the line for checkout? Is this the line for checkout? Is this the line for checkout? Now you repeat. Americans say line, British say queue. Checkout is where you pay. Sometimes people just say, is this the line? And point. Here's one for restaurants. Could we get the check when you have a chance? Let's break this down. Could we get the check? When you have a chance? Full sentence. Could we get the check when you have a chance? Could we get the check when you have a chance? Now you repeat. This is polite because when you have a chance shows you're not rushing the server. In British English, they say bill instead of check. Main lesson. Part 5. Expressing opinions and reactions. Native speakers have lots of colourful ways to express opinions. Let's learn some that will make you sound really natural. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Now you repeat. This means I understand or that's logical. It's a great response when someone explains something to you. I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. Now you repeat. This means I understand your perspective, even if you don't agree. It's a respectful way to acknowledge someone's opinion. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Now you repeat. This British expression means I don't like it or it's not my preference. It's much more polite than saying I don't like it. Americans use this too. I'm on the fence about it. I'm on the fence about it. I'm on the fence about it. Now you repeat. Picture sitting on a fence between 2 yards. You haven't decided which side to go to. This means you're undecided. You can't make up your mind. That's a bit of a stretch. That's a bit of a stretch. That's a bit of a stretch. Now you repeat. This means something is hard to believe or unlikely, like stretching a rubber band too far. The idea is being stretched too much. Storytelling. A day in the life. Let me tell you a story using many of these phrases. Listen carefully, and then we'll practice key parts. Sarah woke up late on Monday morning. She looked at her clock and said, "Oh no, I'm running late." She quickly got dressed and told her roommate, "I need to get going. I'll grab breakfast on the way." Let's practice Sarah's morning rush. "Oh no, I'm running late. I need to get going. Oh no, I'm running late. I need to get going." Now you repeat. At work, her colleague asked, "Are you free for lunch today?" Sarah checked her calendar and said, "I'm swamped today." Rain check. Maybe we can grab lunch tomorrow instead. Practice Sarah's response. "I'm swamped today." Rain check. "I'm swamped today." Rain check. Now you repeat. In the afternoon, her boss said, "We need to discuss the project." Sarah replied, "Sure, but can we push it back an hour?" Something came up with a client. Let's practice this professional response. "Sure, but can we push it back an hour?" "Sure, but can we push it back an hour?" Now you repeat. After work, Sarah went shopping. The sales assistant asked, "Can I help you?" Sarah smiled and said, "I'm just browsing, thanks." When she found a nice shirt, she asked, "Do you have this in a medium?" Practice the shopping phrase. Do you have this in a medium? Do you have this in a medium? Now you repeat. That evening, her friend called about weekend plans. "Want to go to that new Indian restaurant?" her friend asked. Sarah said, "Indian food isn't really my cup of tea. How about Italian instead?" Practice expressing preference politely. "It's not really my cup of tea." How about Italian? "It's not really my cup of tea." How about Italian? Now you repeat. Main lesson. Part 6, problem solving and help. Life isn't always smooth, right? Sometimes we need help or need to solve problems. Here are phrases native speakers use in these situations. I'm having trouble with this. I'm having trouble with this. I'm having trouble with this. Now you repeat. Much more natural than "this is difficult for me." You can use this for anything. Technology, homework, opening a jar. Could you give me a hand? Could you give me a hand? Could you give me a hand? Now you repeat. This means, could you help me? It's friendly and casual. You might also hear, can you lend me a hand? Same meaning. I'm stuck on this problem. I'm stuck on this problem. I'm stuck on this problem. Now you repeat. Stuck means you can't move forward, like being stuck in mud. Use this when you can't figure something out. Let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. Now you repeat. This means, let me think about it overnight before deciding. It's based on the idea that your brain processes things while you sleep. Very common in business and personal decisions. Here's a longer helpful phrase. I hate to bother you, but could you help me out? Let's break it down. I hate to bother you. But could you help me out? Full phrase, I hate to bother you, but could you help me out? I hate to bother you, but could you help me out? Now you repeat. This is super polite. You're acknowledging that you might be interrupting them, which makes people more willing to help. Main lesson, Part 7, Social Media and Technology. In our digital world, we need modern phrases too. These are phrases young native speakers use every day. Did you see my post? Did you see my post? Did you see my post? Now you repeat. Simple but essential for social media conversations. You might also hear, did you catch my story? For Instagram or Snapchat. My phone is acting up. My phone is acting up. My phone is acting up. Now you repeat. Acting up means not working properly, being problematic. Kids act up. Technology acts up. It's misbehaving. I need to charge my phone. I need to charge my phone. I need to charge my phone. Now you repeat. Everyone says this multiple times a day now. You might also hear, my phone's about to die, or I'm at 5%. The Wi-Fi's down. The Wi-Fi's down. The Wi-Fi's down. Now you repeat. Down means not working. Websites go down, systems go down, Wi-Fi goes down. The opposite is up and running. Can you send me that link? Can you send me that link? Can you send me that link? Now you repeat. Notice we say send me, not send to me. This is more natural in everyday English. Practice section. Scenario role play. Let's practice with some real-life scenarios. I'll describe a situation, and you practice the appropriate phrase. Scenario 1. You're at work and your computer freezes during an important task. You could say, my computer is acting up. Could you give me a hand? Let's practice. My computer is acting up. Could you give me a hand? My computer is acting up. Could you give me a hand? Now you repeat. Scenario 2. A friend invites you to go skydiving this weekend. If you're unsure, say, I'm on the fence about it. Let me sleep on it. Practice, I'm on the fence about it. Let me sleep on it. I'm on the fence about it. Let me sleep on it. Now you repeat. Scenario 3. You're in a store and can't find the fitting rooms. Ask, excuse me, could you give me a hand? I'm having trouble finding the fitting rooms. Let's break this down. Excuse me, could you give me a hand? I'm having trouble finding the fitting rooms. Full version. Excuse me, could you give me a hand? I'm having trouble finding the fitting rooms. Now you repeat. Main lesson. Part 8. Emotions and reactions. Let's learn how native speakers express feelings and reactions. These phrases will help you sound more natural and expressive. I'm beat. I'm beat. I'm beat. Now you repeat. This means I'm very tired. It's more casual than exhausted. You might also hear, I'm wiped out, or I'm drained. That cracks me up. That cracks me up. That cracks me up. Now you repeat. This means, that makes me laugh a lot. When something is really funny, it cracks you up, like you're breaking apart from laughter. I'm pumped about it. I'm pumped about it. I'm pumped about it. Now you repeat. Pumped means very excited, like you're pumped full of energy. You could be pumped about a concert, a trip, anything exciting. That's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. Now you repeat. This means amazing or incredible, like it's so impressive it blows your mind apart. Use this for really impressive things. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Now you repeat. This is a gentle way to say you don't like something or aren't interested. It's less harsh than I don't like it. Main lesson. Part 9. Food and dining. Food is such a big part of culture. Let's learn phrases for eating out and talking about food. I could eat a horse. I could eat a horse. I could eat a horse. Now you repeat. This means you're extremely hungry. Obviously, you won't really eat a horse. It's just an expression. I'm stuffed. I'm stuffed. I'm stuffed. Now you repeat. This means you're very full after eating, like a stuffed turkey, much more casual than I'm full. This hits the spot. This hits the spot. This hits the spot. Now you repeat. This means the food is exactly what you wanted or needed. Maybe hot soup on a cold day. Hits the spot. Can we split the bill? Can we split the bill? Can we split the bill? Now you repeat. This means each person pays for their own food. You might also hear, separate checks, please, or we're going Dutch. I'll have the same. I'll have the same. I'll have the same. Now you repeat. Super useful when ordering. Instead of repeating a long order, just say this after your friend orders. Storytelling. Restaurant scene. Let's practice a restaurant conversation using these phrases. Waiter. Are you ready to order? Customer A. Yes, I'll have the grilled salmon with vegetables. Customer B. That sounds good. I'll have the same. Practice. Customer B's line. That sounds good. I'll have the same. That sounds good. I'll have the same. Now you repeat. Later in the meal. Customer A. How's your food? Customer B. Amazing. This really hits the spot. I was starving. I could have eaten a horse. Let's practice this response. This really hits the spot. This really hits the spot. Now you repeat. After the meal. Waiter. How was everything? Customer A. Great, thanks. I'm stuffed. Can we get the check when you have a chance? Practice asking for the check. Could we get the check when you have a chance? Could we get the check when you have a chance? Now you repeat. Customer B. Oh, and can we split the bill? Waiter. Of course, no problem. Practice this request. Can we split the bill? Can we split the bill? Now you repeat. Main lesson. Part 10. Agreeing and disagreeing. In conversations, we often need to agree or disagree politely. Native speakers have many ways to do this without sounding rude. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Now you repeat. This means I agree with you. It's like saying you're standing with them on the same side. You've got a point. You've got a point. You've got a point. Now you repeat. This means the person said something valid or true. You might not agree completely, but you acknowledge they're partially right. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Now you repeat. This is a very polite way to disagree. It's formal but not aggressive. More casual would be, I don't know about that. Let's agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree. Now you repeat. This means we accept that we have different opinions, and that's okay. It's a peaceful way to end an argument. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now you repeat. This means, okay, I accept that. Even if you don't love it, it's like saying that's reasonable. Final practice. Putting it all together. Let's do a final practice combining many phrases we've learned. I'll say a mini conversation, and you practice the responses. Friend, want to try that new sushi place tonight? You, sushi's not really my cup of tea. How about pizza? Let's practice your response. Sushi's not really my cup of tea. How about pizza? Sushi's not really my cup of tea. How about pizza? Now you repeat. Friend. But you said you wanted to try new things. You've got a point. Okay, I'm down for sushi. Practice this. You've got a point. Okay, I'm down for sushi. You've got a point. Okay, I'm down for sushi. Now you repeat. At the restaurant, I'm having trouble with these chopsticks. Could you give me a hand? Practice asking for help. I'm having trouble with these chopsticks. Could you give me a hand? Let's break it. I'm having trouble with these chopsticks. Could you give me a hand? Full sentence. I'm having trouble with these chopsticks. Could you give me a hand? Now you repeat. After dinner. Friend. That was amazing. Want to come here again next week? You. Let me sleep on it. I'm pretty swamped with work next week. Practice this response. Let me sleep on it. I'm pretty swamped with work next week. Let me sleep on it. I'm pretty swamped with work next week. Now you repeat. Recap and call to action. Wow, we've covered so much today. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. We started with morning phrases like I'm running late and I need to get going. Then we moved to making plans with phrases like let's play it by ear and I'm down for that. We learned professional phrases like let's touch base and I'm swamped. We covered shopping with I'm just browsing and restaurant phrases like this hits the spot. We practiced expressing opinions with that makes sense and I'm on the fence. And we learned modern phrases like my phone is acting up. Remember, the key to mastering these phrases isn't just knowing them, it's using them. Every day, try to use at least 5 of these phrases in your real conversations or even when talking to yourself. Here's your homework. Choose 10 phrases from today's lesson that you really want to master. Write them down and use each one in a real conversation this week. It might feel strange at first, but that's how you build confidence. Thank you so much for learning with me today. If this lesson helped you, please subscribe to Daily Dose of English and hit that notification bell. Share this video with a friend who's learning English. Let's help each other grow. Remember, every native speaker was once a beginner. The difference is they kept speaking, kept practicing, kept trying. You're not just learning English, you're becoming a confident English speaker, one phrase at a time. I'm Tom, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, you've got this. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day.